Today we're going to talk about my favorite Weber Smokey Mountain modifications, a crazy story, and I won a major award. Don't worry, it's not a leg lamp. So before we get started, I have to give a shout out to my buddy Sal.
Fire in the hole!
At the Root Boy Cooks channel. Go check him out. He recently did a subscriber giveaway and I won. It was totally random and I won, and I never win totally random things. So this is awesome. He sent me some spices and some stir fry oil and some grill toys and everything. So thank you so much, Sal. Y'all go check him out. He's been making YouTube videos forever. He's one of the first channels that I started watching early on, and I've probably watched him for 5 years. So thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it, and I wish you a million more subscribers, bud. Okay, so story time. I used to have a Weber Smokey Mountain like a lot of barbecue guys, and I really liked it and had it modified the way I wanted it, and I enjoyed cooking on it, but I had to get rid of it because I wanted something else, and my wife felt like we had too many cookers on the patio. Women. Well, recently we've been thinking about expanding our patio, which would give us more space, which would be really nice for YouTube. And then, so over Christmas we decided, hey, we're just gonna do it. So we did it, and we dug in and we did it with our 2 hands. Thank you, Mr. Gutierrez. This turned out fantastic. That's right, these aren't just hands. These are gifted tools, extreme precision. And here you go. Oh, crap. So now we have plenty of space. So we did that project and it turned out great. And the whole time I did a video on it. In fact, you can see that right here. I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to see that. But the whole time I was editing that video, I was thinking about my Weber Smokey Mountain, and I thought, you know, I kind of miss that cooker. It's a fun cooker to play with. Maybe I should get another one and do my modifications, and that way I could do a video on it and cook on it from every now and then. And I decided, hey, maybe I could just start with a used one off Craigslist, but there's never any ones on Craigslist, and if they are, they're still real expensive, but I thought I'd check, and sure enough, in my town there was, I'm in a suburb of Dallas, and in my town there was a used Weber Smokey Mountain 22.5, and I thought, perfect, there it is, and it was, $250 instead of $400. And I thought, well, I'm still gonna need to get the stuff to do my modifications. So I started adding that up in my head, and while I was looking at this picture, I realized, oh wait, I'm not gonna need to put handles on the barrel because this one has handles. And I looked a little closer at that picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, he already put wheels on it too. And oh my gosh, that's my... Okay guys, I'm gonna shoot this really quick here because it is cold out here, but I just wanted to show you about 5 or 6 mods that I did on this. To start with, I put some casters on the bottom. These are 3-inch locking casters. The reason I did that is because one of the downsides to this cooker is it's not very mobile, and with these casters on, it's really nice. I mean, it moves pretty easily. And then you can lock those down. And the other advantage that they bring to the table is it gets the cooker up off the ground, which makes it a little easier to access your lower vents. In fact, let's look at those. So as you know, these lower vents sit right next to the charcoal, and they can get really, really hot. And especially at night, that's difficult because what it means is you're reaching underneath your cooker and you can't really see what you're doing. So what I did was I attached these carriage bolts right there on the side of the cooker, and that gives me something to hold on to reach for, and they don't get quite as hot as the vents. I think if I did it again, I'd put some on that were just a little bit longer, but they serve the purpose, and they work great for what they are. Now on the barrel itself, I put these little they're basically garage door handles. And these were not expensive. You can find them in the garage door section. It's just a matter of poking a couple holes through, and you know, that will probably void your warranty, but in this case I wasn't very concerned about that. That's one of the best investments I've ever made into this, because it's just the convenience factor. It's just easier when you know, even if you only use it when you're cleaning out, it's easier to be able to take off that midsection when you have something firm to hold on to, because it can get pretty heavy. I took an extra charcoal grate and crisscrossed it and attached it to the grate below that. And what that does for you is, as these things burn down, okay, they start to get smaller and smaller. And with just one charcoal grate, sometimes they can fall through the grate when they're only partially burned. And so if you put a second, so cold out here. If you put a second grate on there that's crisscrossed, it makes the space for those briquettes to fall through a lot smaller. And I just feel like I get a little extra mileage out of my charcoal that way. And then the last thing I did was I took my charcoal ring right here, and I used rebar ties, and I basically tied it to that bottom vent, or those bottom grates. And what that means is, when it comes time to clean it out, all I have to do is grab this ring, and then everything comes out at once. So the alternative is you have to lift out your charcoal grate separate, which is not, I mean, it's not a big deal, but this just saves a little time and it's a little easier. So when you're cleaning out the ash, one of the tools that I found that is very helpful is this Weber ash scoop. It's made out of aluminum, and it's very malleable, and so you can kind of conform it to the shape of the bowl, and it works great. It's got a good handle. The problem here though is, I just checked, and Amazon is selling this for $75, which is, are you freaking kidding me, stupid? So do not buy this until the price comes down. If the price comes down to under 20 bucks, consider it, because it's great. So I have another solution that's free, or basically free, and I picked this up. Wish I could say it was my idea, but it wasn't. It was definitely something I got off the Virtual Weber bullet site years and years ago. If you take a regular milk jug, you can use the handle as a handle and then cut out the shape of a scoop, and then I mean, it works just as well. And this is good for people like me who don't have arts and crafts abilities, clearly, as I already talked about. But I did do this, and I used it for years and years before I got this, and it works just fine, you know. So keep that in mind. So anyways, that's my new old cooker. I hope you enjoyed that story. Please subscribe and like. If you like stuff like this, let me know. If you have any questions about anything I said, I'll be happy to answer them. Just leave a note in the comments. And I'm gonna go inside because I'm freezing my butt off. See you next time. That's right. These hands are gifted. They are tools. They have been honed